What a morning I've had. Literally, I was up about 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning, got ready. First of all, tried to get some jobs. Couldn't because not that busy at the minute apparently. So didn't get any jobs at the minute. And it's also getting to the time where it's like not worth me going out again to make money, but at the same time, I want to go out and make money. So I had spare time, so I was like, okay, let me get some things sorted because being self-employed I need to update the HMRC, I needed to update my student loan company because I have student debt from when I was in college, and whatever else. So I needed to update them on my employment status, and you'd think it'd be so easy to go online, go on the website and just go, yep, I'm self-employed, this is my national insurance number or whatever, and there you go. Turns out I was on the phone to the national insurance people, I was on the phone to the student loans people even for, I think it was like 1 hour, 20 minutes, just trying to talk to them, saying like this and that and the other, giving them information basically and updating them. And then they're like, oh, okay, now you need to call the HMRC and then do this, that and the other, you know. So I just called them up. I was on hold for about 1 hour and 30 minutes, finally got through to someone, and then yeah, it took about 2 minutes to be honest on the phone. They were like, okay, I can do this, do that, okay, that's cool. Like, to be on hold for that long, just for like a 2 minute conversation, like, are you actually serious? I couldn't do it online because the Gov website has so many different pages on like tax and whatever. Like, I just didn't know where I was going or what I was doing. Glad it's like done with now, but man, it was a bit stressful, and I just hope that's like the end of the stressfulness as far as being self-employed goes and setting everything up, because it's just one thing after another. Like, when I first set up, it was quite stressful, and now it was like same sort of thing. But anyway, that was my morning. It is now 11:30, and luckily while I was on hold I decided to do some video editing. So yesterday's vlog is being edited. Videos just been uploaded onto YouTube, so that's all the videos for now that I've got to upload being uploaded. Yeah, I got today free, so I need to do some thumbnails, then I need to do language learning. They're the two main things for today, for me to get done. Finish updating all the thumbnails, plus also inside the videos you have all the descriptions and everything to update. I actually need to get rid of them, so this particular video doesn't require that. But basically, yes, if I go on to another video and show you like this one, I have to go through the video and do the timestamps there, so then when people watch the video they can go to different parts in the video, and it makes it easier for the viewer, you know? And so I spend time doing that. And also they could go to the description, it'll be on the side. You can click whichever one you want, and they'll skip straight to it. And that has been what I've been doing for the last, like, however many hours or whatever. So now, again, it's currently 4:38. I've finally finished with the YouTubing stuff for now. Really happy that I finished up, because it's just for a few days I can relax a little bit before I get to record a bunch of videos again. I do have reaction videos to record, I guess, but that's not really that much of a rush because I took it down to 1 video per week to make it more manageable for me. So hopefully that's okay, and obviously the main channel videos, I've got them all set up for another 3 weeks. So I've got 3 weeks worth of videos uploaded and ready to go out. So in the meantime, in those 3 weeks, I can just relax a little bit, but then if I keep on top of it, then, you know, I can really get ahead of my time, and then at the same time doing these daily vlogs. Unfortunately, can't get ahead of time with daily vlogs. That's why they're 2 days in advance or whatever. Like, I do one today on Wednesday, is it today? I do one on Wednesday, and then it'll be uploaded Friday, basically. So that's why I do things the way I do. Gives me a bit of time to do everything. So it takes a long time to get everything done, you know, for a single video. And here's me just smashing them out. And that's also why on this channel and also on the reaction channel, the descriptions are very bare, because I don't have the time really to worry about the descriptions on those channels. Anyway, right now I've got nothing else to do apart from languages. I'm going to be knuckling down and doing some studying. I need to try and get in my Polish and my Japanese today. Spanish I can focus on maybe tomorrow. Well, I was watching Polish YouTube and basically I fell asleep and I've just woken up and it's now 10 o'clock. Because that's the thing, it's exhausting doing languages regardless of whether you're studying or whether you're watching or whatever. It's just exhausting, and so especially if I'm watching video, if I'm watching like YouTube or something, I will just fall asleep. And so I didn't actually get around to doing any proper studying, just watching YouTube in Polish so far. So instead of studying, I'm just gonna finish my night off with a bit of reading. Considering I spent the last like 2-3 hours listening to Polish on YouTube and whatever, and also reading subtitles in Polish, I've decided to slightly change it up and go for the Japanese manga that I got the other day or the other week. Polar Bear Cafe, which I've just forgotten how to say it in Japanese. I'll say it in English for now anyway. Polar Bear Cafe. I'm going to read as much as I can in this, basically. I tried to find an audiobook. Unfortunately, couldn't find an audiobook for it, but I just want to start on this little series because it's a cute little size book. It's a decent size book as well. And yeah, I just like the illustrations of it, and yeah, basically I just want to get started with the Polar Bear Cafe. I think it'll be a decent book to read, and apparently the vocabulary isn't too difficult. So probably what I'll have to do is like read through the whole thing and then read through it again, but then try and pick up vocabulary properly and use it properly as like a source of words and sentences for me to pick from and whatever. The small steps at the minute, you know, at the same time I'm still trying to learn the hiragana katakana, so this is really just like an extra source for me to dive into and wrap my head around while in the process of learning the writing systems as well. So yesterday I mentioned I had various books where I write my languages, and here I found one from a few years ago where I attempted Japanese, but obviously I stopped at some point, and I think this was in 2015 that I did this particular writing, and you can see my writing isn't that neat. I did a little bit of Spanish up here, and then yeah, just various Japanese words, random words I think. I've not really properly looked at it, but it seems to be just random vocabulary, not in any particular list, not in any particular like adjective and verbs or whatever, and not any particular order. And then here's some more of the combinations of the characters, so you can see different combinations, and that's the sound they make. Even more. And then finished with Japanese and went back into Spanish. And as you can see, I did... One day I was really excited for writing Spanish, and I wrote all of this up till here. So a few pages worth of Spanish. Could have even been before 2015, because this is the same book, by the way. This is my old college book. And I last wrote something in it in March of 2014. And the first thing I wrote in here, September 2013, and then obviously you can see music video production, blah blah blah. This is my college book, and if we go to the back, this is where I had, what is that? This was like a concept, I think, for something else I had. Randomly in the middle, actually, just my Japanese. Yes, here we go. So this is the same thing. So this actually could have been from as early as 2013, 2014. In this one, which is a bit more recent, I think I wrote this up only 2020, language goals. So this was when I was getting back into properly learning languages. Actually, it must have been even sooner, because I've got Polish there as my current language. To start properly, these are languages that I decided, oh yeah, at some point in my life I would like to learn these languages here. Obviously I've started Japanese just, but these are the other languages, if you're interested, that at some point in my life I would like to dive into it to some degree. And then I've got tips for learning, which I wrote down again a couple of years ago. And one of them, this one here, practice writing, especially for different scripts. just there. Which is what I'm going to do with Japanese. Now, before I do though, this is also my Korean practice that I did some years ago. I think this was from 2016. That's about the extent of it. I was just having fun, you know, and I was like, let's just write some Korean words down because, to be honest, I quite like the way that Korean looks. And I just wanted to like practice writing the characters because they're quite squared off. Yeah, they're pretty fun to write. While we're here looking at some of my old notes, here is another book. For some reason I started 2 Korean books. Here's another one. I wrote out the entire Korean alphabet. And yeah, I just basically did like a little thing there. So this is obviously after I did Japanese. And yeah, I was like, oh, okay, interested in Korean. And this was probably the first one I started out in. So I did the entire Korean alphabet, as you can see there, with the red being the sort of part of the character that changes, the blue being like the base character, as you can see at the top and at the sides. Blank page. Then some numbers, and I remember writing this and being confused because I remember being like, oh, why is there 2 ways to say 7 and 2 ways to say 0 and 1? And I think all of them actually have like 2 ways to say it. So like number 10 could be sib or yo, I guess, depending on the side. I still don't know exactly, but I'm a little bit more understanding that other languages don't work the exact same as English, let's say, because again, this was from early days, like 2015 or so. And then, yes, you can see here the Korean, the English, and then how to pronounce it in Korean. So these were colours, obviously. And then these are like obviously different sayings that I wrote. More. And then, oh, Russian. Why did I put Russian in my Korean book, I wonder? So basically, yes, Russian alphabet, the Russian character, and how they sound in English. I still don't know the Russian alphabet. This was purely for fun. And then, oh, I remember, I think it's Duolingo. It teaches you James Bond and Michelangelo was like some of the first words you learn in Russian for some reason. So I just copied everything that I basically saw. I copied them down here. And then we got Privyet, and then Do Virginia, is it? Da. And then some more that I don't know how to say. Obviously I got to, I would like some vodka please, and then stopped because I learned all that I needed to learn in Russian to be fluent in Russian with these 7 or 8 different phrases or words. Back to Korean, for some reason, randomly. No title, just learned Bread, Apple's House, book, some other random ones. And then that's it for the Korean one. And then if we get the same book, flip it over, because I do 2 different sides, we have German. Some more words in German, vocabulary. And here, I'm pretty sure, is when I started making notes randomly on when I would play GeoGuessr. And yeah, these are just like, oh yeah, I'm next to this street, so I'd write it down and whatever. And it sort of helped. That's that little book anyway. So that was Korean, Russian, German. Again, just little bits. This one, Italian. So for a while I wanted to learn Italian. At the minute, not so much. I don't want it basically to mess with my Spanish, because it's very similar. But we have Italian vocabulary just because I guess one day I got bored of Spanish and I decided Italian would be the one to jump into for a while. And then at this point, I stopped. And the same as the other little book, if we flip it over, Spanish. I've got 4 or 5 different books that have Spanish written in them. It's the predominant language. So here we have hablar, present, past, future in the different tenses. Comer, present, past, future. I still don't know these off by heart. It's very difficult to know because they all mean to speak and to eat, but in different versions. So like I eat and I ate and I will eat and whatever. Same thing with vivir. Then what do we do over here? Oh, I think some like practice actually. So I wrote down like, oh yeah, so let's cover them up and then let's see which ones I can remember and whatever. So this is actually a practice exercise I don't do often. Some more there. And what have we got over here? Japanese character practice. I will say I didn't do too bad. I recognise these characters from what I've been reading recently, so I didn't do too bad. Some other random vocabulary. I don't know why I wrote these down because even at this time I'm pretty sure I knew most of these words. I think must have been when I first of all found out about the thing about changing TION words in English to CION, so regulación, preparación, inmigración, interrogación, etc. You get the idea. 3 words basically. This would have been when I found out about the whole mente ending, which in English would be the ly. So like easily would be easy, easily, facilmente. Strongly, I guess that would be fuertemente. Aproximadamente, approximately. Affirmativamente, affirmatively. That's it for that book. That's those 2 little books out the way. And we come back over here to my Korean book. I'm going to go to the end, which is nice and fresh, and this will be my Japanese section. Okay, so after that half-an-hour session, you can see I've written Japanese out. I actually ran out of room, funnily enough. I thought I wrote too big, but anyway, wrote Japanese there so I know obviously which language it is, and then I just basically copied the vocabulary from the story. I did like a couple words from the Duolingo, like what do you call it, like the main thing, but then I realised it's too slow, and I realised I unlocked the stories the other day, so that's why I decided to do the story of the guy Vikram who lost his passport at the airport. Then apparently his passport was in his hand all along, so you can see all the different things that I've written here. Red for Japanese, black for English. It for me makes it easier to differentiate. And you can see here I decided to change up the layout as I was going along, so I've written in the vocabulary and then sort of bracketed it, and then whole sentence, your left hand look at your left hand. Obviously the word order is different. And then, there it is. So, yeah, that's basically what I've done for this half-an-hour session. And I genuinely would like to do this a lot more often. Writing Japanese is so fun. And possibly you can see as I progressed, my Japanese got better in terms of the writing. And it just takes practice if you wanted to write it to improve upon. Some characters I'm not too confident about. This one here, that looks like a number 5, not too good at that one. This one here, ko, which is like with the gap in between. There's a couple of different ways you can write it, so again, not too good at that one. And also maybe this character here that looks like a 5 with a C. Again, not too good at that character. There's a couple more that I'm not the greatest at, but it's all to do with practice. And I will call that a day in regards to the vlog, in regards to the language learning. I might, as I go to bed, read some more, maybe not in Japanese because way too much thinking involved with reading in Japanese. However, may dive in again to this book that you've seen now a million times. It's one of the easier ones for me to read at bedtime when I don't have to think as much, because Spanish is my more advanced language, especially when it comes to reading. That's it for today's vlog. Yeah, I guess we didn't get any work today. Not the greatest because I need the money, but some days you just have to take the loss, I guess, and then you got to know what to do with your spare time, which is why I've done what I've done. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and catch you in the next one. Bye.